How's it going? I'm here in my game room slash bedroom. I don't know if you can tell, but I've got some more shelves up. Eventually I'll probably do some kind of panoramic view of all the shelves and the games on. I've got it decently organized now, but as you can probably tell though, just so far behind in videos. I probably have about 70 or 80 games, maybe not that many, maybe between 50 and 70 games to show, and like I said, I'm just far behind as I usually do. Just busy and lazy and all the other excuses. But I wanted to take this video, I want to take the time in this video and talk about MGC, the Midwest Gaming Classic. I know it's about 3 weeks after now, but I really just wanted to talk about it because I just had a great time again. I had a great time last year when I went. That was the very first convention that I had went to, and so I wanted to make sure to go to it again, and it didn't disappoint. The main reason I go is to see my friends, to meet up with Business 17, Grimsy 42, the Midwest Retro Gamers, Gary Voight, CollectingRetro. These are all guys that were there last year. I had a great time with them, so it was great to see them again. Also, I got to just say hey to Brian, RetroGameThrifter, Rico, OriginalGameBoyz. I got to meet Matt from Retro Survival for the first time. That was really nice to meet him. We didn't get to hang out too much. But it was still great to see them, and shake their hands. They're just real nice people. I've made trades with Rico and Brian both. They're just nice guys, and it was good to see them again. But like I said, the main point of going was just to hang out with everyone. I love playing games. I had such a great time last year that I invited my sister to join me this year, and so she came up with me, and we had a great time. She held her own in Smash Brothers and Mario Kart. We played some board games, which was a good time. For any of you who love board games, Lords of Waterdeep is a great game. That's what I introduced Sarah to there at the convention, but it's a great game, so check that out. But like I said, it's just a great time. Love playing Smash Brothers. That's probably my favorite party game on the 64, multiplayer game, whatever you want to call it. But just a lot of fun. It was great playing with Justin and Ryan. They're huge competitors, and especially in Mario Kart. Man, I couldn't believe how good Justin was in Mario Kart. I thought I was at least decent, but he was kicking some ass. But oh, and Rob, Retroneshunter. Sorry, Rob. I don't know why I forgot you, but you were there too, and definitely a nice guy, so check him out also. I'll probably, kind of list their names here on the video here, just so you can, see them. I did get a couple things, mostly just from trades and, gifts with each other. I wouldn't even call them trades. I mean, I had a bunch of stuff. They had a bunch of stuff. It wasn't like, here, this for this. It was like, oh yeah, here, take that and that. Here, give this, take this. So it was just friendly stuff. I picked up one game myself. I had brought some games to trade with the vendors, and it honestly did not go as well as I thought. I had some real success at MagFest. I had a lot of success at the Classic Gaming Expo here in Las Vegas last year, which I've never shown the games, but eventually I will because they're really good games. In fact, I picked up Lunar 1 just as a spoiler. I had a bunch of trade-in. I traded in stuff at MGC last year, like I said, so I had real optimistic thoughts here of trading stuff in, and just the vendors were not interested, which really surprised me. So the only thing I got from the vendor hall itself was for the PlayStation 1 Final Fantasy Origins, which is 1 and 2. I believe this completes my Final Fantasy collection on the PlayStation 1. I have 7, 8, 9, Tactics, Anthology, Chronicles. That might be it, right off the top of my head. Anyway, so I believe this completes it, so happy to have it. I think they had it marked at 15, but I traded in a Destruction Derby long box and GoldenEye, and which I was happy to do because I got them both for $1 and I don't need them. So, but anyway, so Final Fantasy 1 and 2, the Final Fantasy Origins pack, which actually I like the artwork anyway. But like I said, completes my collection, so happy to have that. And that is the only thing I got from the vendor hall. Everything else is just gifts and trades. First from the Midwest Retro Gamers, Retro Eric and Mo, both very, very nice. And they brought their friends Ryder and his wife Lauren. Ryder's channel is ORTPRO. Again, I'll put that down. Both very nice. Lauren was playing some Mario Kart and stuff with us, having a good time. So, but from Retro Eric and Mo, I grabbed Super R-Type for the Super Nintendo. Hopefully you can see that. I think I had this once before, and I traded it to Brendan Olson. Probably last year or something like that, so a long time ago, maybe even 2 years ago. And then I also picked up Ultima Quest of the Avatar for the NES. I think there's a couple of Ultima games. I don't have any of them, so very clean label and everything, so Cool, cool, cool. Thank you very much, Eric and Mo. And I have their shirt, which when I actually filmed this video the first time and I ended up scrapping it, I was wearing a shirt, but I just got home from work and wanted to get videos going, so sorry, Eric, I'll wear your shirt in another video. But it is a very nice shirt. Next from Justin from Business17. I had lent my sister the Devil May Cry series on the PS2 for, I don't know, 4 years ago, something like that. Anyway, she finally brought him back, brought him to the convention to give back to me. And I realized I only had 1 and 2, and Justin had a bunch of games, and one of them was Devil May Cry 3, so happy to have that now and complete mine, to complete the trilogy. And I have Devil Kings, which is not, I don't think, part of the series per se, but it's Capcom, and it's like in the exact same style. So, but anyway, so Devil May Cry 3. And then I also picked up from Justin Akari Warriors, the first one. I think there's 3 on the NES. And this is just a label upgrade to mine, because mine looks like this, that I got from a garage sale. So there's a significant difference. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. Probably throw it away. But anyway, so label looks much better on this one. So thank you very much, Justin, for Devil May Cry and Akari Warriors. And then lastly, honestly, is a gift from Rob, Retroneshunter, and this is honestly the one I treasure the most here. This was a game I'd kind of been looking out for a lot, especially when GameStops were starting to get rid of all their PS2 games. This game still held its value at like $30, and so that was always disappointing. And so I never saw it again. And then at this convention, I saw 2 or 3 booths with it, but they wanted like $10, $15, which $10 isn't a huge deal. But I brought a bunch of stuff to trade, and like I said earlier, the vendors were just not interested in trade-ins. So I was just, I guess, just principle. I didn't pay the money for it. Anyway, Rob came up to me a little bit later, and it was like, hey, he's like, I bundled it in with mine, and so he gave me ICO here, which is a game I've heard some great things about. In fact, my wife's brother was really into this game for a while. I believe it's by the same creators as Shadow of the Colossus, which I have. So really cool to find this. Like I said, it was still holding its value strong when GameStop was, liquidating all their stuff. But I really appreciate it, Rob. That was really cool of you. Joel had a bunch of stuff, CollectingRetro. I had a bunch of Famicom stuff. And we actually spent some time playing them in his room. And they were fun. They were hard and frustrating, but they were fun. And you know what? If I had the room, I would, it'd be great to grab a Famicom, or at least a Famicom converter, and start collecting some games, because he had probably 500 games there, just duplicates and stuff. But I just don't have the room and the space, and with a little baby coming in July, I don't need a new system to collect for. But I really do appreciate Joel. Like I said, it was awesome playing those games, and I really still want to find Spelunker on the NES, because we were finally starting to solve that game on the Famicom. But all in all, just a great time at MGC. It was a little disappointing about the vendor hall, not taking trade-ins, but, it happens. So not a big deal. Like I said, I was happy to grab the Final Fantasy Origins, happy to find the games, that my friends brought. I was able to hook up Justin's buddy Ryan with Heart Gold, I think. And so I, hooked up some other friends and stuff, so that's why we go. It's just to have fun and hang out. And I highly recommend going to conventions and looking for YouTubers that are going, because there's always some going to different conventions. I don't know the next convention I'll make it to. I was hoping to go to Portland Retro this year, and when I found out that our son is due in July, that kind of became a nope. So I ended up going to MagFest instead, which had a great time there. So, I mean, it's still great. But I hopefully will go to MGC again next year. That's kind of my plan. And then maybe go to Portland next year. I know that's so far off, so I mean, there's no reason to make plans now. But I do recommend planning ahead, though, and setting a budget, as I've said before on other occasions. But they're all totally doable. I mean, I just off the top of my head, I split a room with my sister, so that cost me about $120, I think, for the room for the 2 nights. Sharing it with her. I bought a plane ticket, so that was another couple hundred. But you can really, for a few $100s, you can really have a great weekend, and I think it's worth going. So just plan ahead, and plan for food, any kind of video game spending money you want to do, that kind of stuff. Drinking if you do that, which I do, and like I said, it's all a lot of fun. Great people always show up. I haven't had a disappointing time at any convention yet. So thanks again, and I'm going to be filming some more videos, so hopefully it'll be coming out here in a better basis here, a more regular basis. So thanks again.